now.
Hello, and welcome to a new one-off program that I'd like to call Game Show Bloomers. A look at the ups and downs of British game show history. From terrible contestants, to carbon copies of other programs, to some of the downright unthinkable ideas that flopped badly with critics and viewing figures. One wonders why that American bloke who invented this kind of show by reading questions out on public radio in the 30s would be surprised by what we're going to witness and look back at tonight. For starters, how does it feel to be a family member on Family Fortunes? Well, it would feel good, especially if you're the winning family and then you head on to
Double Money!
If you excuse my poor Max Bygrave's reaction right there. Yes. Big money, 2 members, 1 per round, try and reach 200 points between the family to win the jackpot, and later on, they could win a car or a holiday as well if they got all 5 of the top answers. Some members do great, some do badly, and in this case, we have just that. In one 1994 episode, the Hooper family are the ones who make it to big money. The first one who plays is Heather. She does really well, 175 points and 3 of the 5 top answers. The second player, Chris, now has to get 25 points to win 3 grand and get the other 2 top answers in order to add the car as well. But then, this happens.
Name any country which competes in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Luxembourg.
An animal in a nursery rhyme.
Andy Pandy.
An animal. A country, a government position.
Prime Minister.
Another.
President.
A vegetable you chop up.
A carrot.
Another.
A leek.
A slang word for a child.
A kid.
Another.
A brat.
We'll stop right there. Let his answers sink into your brains for a bit. Wait a second, there we go. Can you obviously guess how many points all those answers led up to? That's right, nothing. And what was meant to be a great big money round 2. Shameful. In fact, let's look at his answers and debunk them. 1. Luxembourg stopped appearing at Eurovision around the time this episode was made. 2. Andy Pandy is not an animal, he's a boy, and he's from a children's TV show, not a nursery rhyme. 3. The UK doesn't use presidents. 4. You can't chop leeks. And 5. Brat is not a slang term. And that's how to mess up on big money, right there. On Bullseye, you normally have to gamble the prizes you won in Bully's prize board to participate in the star prize gamble. But what happens when you win all the prizes? Check out this clip.
Red number 6.
That's the hostess trolley.
Red number 7.
That's the electric drill and accessories.
And red number 1.
You've won the combined washing machine and drying machine. Stay there, boys. Listen. Start. Boys, you've done incredibly well. I've got to tell you, it's the first time it's happened. All the time we've been doing Bullseye, every prize on Bully's prize board's gone.
So, here's a thought. You'd expect them to keep all their prizes instead of gambling them in the star prize gamble. Well, instead, they gamble them, but do they win the star prize?
It's prizes and, or just prizes and run. Your money's safe anyway. You've got the time it takes the board to revolve to tell me what you'd like to do. 101 or more is 6, 3 and 3. Non-dart player first. Tell us, audience, what would you do? Come on. Come on. Here we go. Boys. Thank you. You're very mature, intelligent lads. Tell me.
Yeah. We decided before we would. We'll stay to
You're gambling.
Treble 1. Treble 1. And 20.
Well, now
that's
have
the
a
gamble.
look. Have a look at what you would have won. Watch this. Come in here, boys. 14 sun-filled days on the beautiful Greek island of Corfu, where we'd reserved a 4-star villa for each of you and your families, with airfares for all, a hire car and a motorboat for those seaboard excursions. Your own family odyssey to the Golden Aegean.
In a nutshell, they lose a holiday. They lost everything, except their bus fare home, of course. Normally, star prizes ranged from cars to caravans to Bully's treasure chest containing $5,000, to the show's trademark prize, a speedboat. Although that pair lost everything, this pair in another episode would have denied to play the star prize gamble if they knew what their star prize was.
Have a look at this. Have a look at this. It's an absolutely superb prize. Have a look at it. Watch it. It's a Bullseye fashion spree. A chance to splash out in style on a whole range of up-to-the-minute outfits from a leading fashion chain. Perhaps Dad would choose something elegantly informal, like this traditional blazer with casual check trousers and a trench-style raincoat. For Mum, how about this silk effect two-piece with a pleated skirt and a silk blouse in autumn colour? Our youngsters have designs on something colourful. Richard's gone for those jeans, which go down well in launderettes, together with a padded blouson and contrasting knitwear. While Colette's right up to date in this 60s style check tunic jacket with loose-fitting trousers. It's yours to mix and match, to pick and choose as you wish with a Bullseye £2,000 fashion spree. Come on.
Yep, a fashion spree. This would have been a great prize for female contestants, but not so much for male contestants, and not at all for these two. Oh well, be careful what you do. Gladiators, one of the absolute best 90s game shows of all time. The unmissable events, the hot ones like Jet and Lightning facing the frightening male contenders, the G-force cheering for the Gladiators, the amazing catchphrases, Gladiators action figures, Gladiators videos, Gladiators reboot for Sky One, you name it. However, there was a time in the late 90s for whenever Gladiators is on a hiatus. ITV saw an opportunity to commission a number of similar replacement shows like it, the results being quite lackluster when comparing to the main show. We start off with looking back at that one series wonder that is, Ice Warriors. I bet you know what to expect with this one.
She was raised by beasts of the snow. Marax the vixen. Tyron the deceiver. Many underestimated her strength and skill, a mistake made by challenges before they faced her.
Yeah, I can clearly tell they were going that far to pretty much rip off its long-running successor show that's been running for 8 years, knowing they could be winter arch enemies. I'm definitely not marrying that woman. But at least Danny Bear is quite glamorous while on the ice rink.
So Ice Master, what is your next challenge?
My next challenge is Stretch.
Stretch is a best-of-3 tug-of-war on ice. Our challengers are attached to each other by this massive bungee cord, and they've got to try and pull the other one across the winning line. But if they slip up, well, they start moving backwards very quickly.
I mean, Gareth did really well there. I think he was up against a strong opponent, but I really thought he was going to have the first round on that. He was looking so strong. I mean, he worked his heart out. He did very well. Did very well. All
right, well done to Birmingham and Isle of Wight.
Well, Adam can certainly talk a good game. But the scores, it's catch-up time. 200 plays 175.
Yes, from the start, it is technically a copy and paste job of Gladiators on ice, and that Ice Master is no John Anderson, I can tell you. So that flopped, but from 1999 to 2000, Grundy gave ITV another show set on an arena like Gladiators, once again with a difference.
The show that promises to sort out all your problems, whatever they are, right here in the Grudge Match Arena. To the sound of our battle cry, don't get mad!
Well, Niquia, the guy I know who injured his leg on catchphrase, you promised that all right. Grudge Match was like Gladiators when you first saw it, except, 1, there are no gladiators on it. 2, the games those two contestants with grudges compete in are quite ridiculous. And 3, the two hosts are a bit bland for a show like this. That is a major letdown for any Gladiator fan. But let's face the facts that this is a completely different show with some features that kind of resemble it. What are these people grudging against anyway?
As usual, Mark was pretty keen to make an impression on the girls. He's a show-off, a total exhibitionist. So he went first. He got his kit up and ran down to the water. That's when I seized my opportunity. I grabbed his clothes and legged it to the car.
I couldn't believe it. I turned round to see who was next in, and everyone had gone, even my clothes. I stood in that water for 20 minutes waiting for them to show.
And then you turned into a block of ice for waiting too long. Actually, he had to be Rocky running like the wind naked. I feel for those two people. I did say something earlier about how ridiculous those It's a Knockout-esque games were like though.
So, Mark is with the red giant, and Chris is fighting with the blue giant. Neither of these guys are going to give any quarter. They're both extremely serious. Remember what Barry said, it's much tougher, perhaps even than it looks.
On the bell, seconds out. And the first to bring 3 balls back across the pool, one at a time, is the winner. Mark's in red and Chris is in blue. Oh, and Chris is in blue already. What a terrible first swing.
It's awful. Well, Mark is with his first ball, and he's now going to lob it into our special floating score receptacle.
Nick, tell the truth. That's a kiddie's paddling pool.
Oh, yeah, I'm a rubbish starter. I'm a better finisher.
Your swinging wasn't bad. You just couldn't get your balls back in that basket.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened to me.
You got to love that trademark juvenile humor. Even it had to be expected for people to hear. That flopped too, and we didn't have another show like this until in 2005, celebrity wrestling came to fame. Or did it?
The tears. The tantrums. The ultimate triumphs.
Take it to him! When celebrity wrestling rocks my world.
No, it blooming well doesn't. No, it really didn't. It's more or less celebrities having their own grudge match. But worse, even more worse, it's not even wrestling, and it was on ITV at the same time as the return of Doctor Who on BBC One. The BBC have definitely won the grudge against ITV that time. And finally, we had Big Heads, a slightly more recent Gladiators, but with a little mix of spitting image. While that did fine for some viewers, too bad all the games for those contenders are the exact same thing every week. And to wrap up the first part of the show, this is Michael Barrymore's Strike It Rich with the most record-breaking romp of audience laughter you'll ever hear, on anything. See you after the break.
On to the next category, which is missing words for you, Sophie. 2, 3 or 4. Missing words.
2, please.
2, right, for your first move. Supply the missing words to complete the title of a children's story. The Princess and the...
Porker.
No, it's not, love. No. It probably would have made a better story, but... The Princess and the...
Turnip?
You're winding me up. You've got to be winding me up.
Welcome back to Game Show Bloomers, the show that you'd expect it to be, but ends up being. Well, it's not always easy to be in a game show, right? Well, not when it's live, and it is very cheaply made. That's right, it's Channel 5's Brainteaser. And this clip will definitely tell you why they ask you to turn off your phones before you attend as a contestant.
Just give me, very quickly, a rundown of your next project.
We're making a film about a man who turns up at hospital with severe burns.
But it's made of...
Oh my God, sorry, just...
Have you got a phone?
Oscar, just on TV, goodbye.
Give it here. We're live right here on Fight. Hello, who's that? Yeah, Donald's on a show right now trying to win money. Call back. If they know the right answer to our phone puzzle, we're in trouble.
Craig Stevens surely knew how much he had to suffer from such a blunder right there. Imagine what Alex Lovell would say about that on the following day's episode. In fact, how about I make my own version of the end result on how I see it? Hugh, Dusty, I need your help.
What is it?
Anything we can do?
Read this script and copy all the lines and motions on it.
Whatever you say.
Okay then, Brian. Well, in case you saw yesterday, there was a bit of a phone casing moment.
Excuse me, Alex. I wasn't the one who caused the issue.
Yes, but it doesn't mean you had to answer the phone.
Oh, shut up. Nobody dares disrespect me.
Oh yeah, look at how more popular I am.
That's it. You asked for it. Oh wait, I don't know what I was planning to do in the first place. Is that good enough, Brian?
Yes, you did a fine job. You can go back to whatever you were doing beforehand now, like being contestants.
See you then.
Cheerio.
And now, I present to you, a rather exciting and very decent show from the locals of Border Television, that you've likely never seen before. That's history.
Hello and welcome to another programme in the series That's History, which comes today from the magnificent drawing room at Arley Hall, Northwich in Cheshire, the home of the Flower family.
Well, it looks nice, I must admit.
The original hall was built in the latter half of the 15th century by Piers Warburton. Piers' claim to fame was that he fought alongside Sir William Stanley of Holt during the Wars of the Roses. It was Sir William and his men who clinched the Battle of Bosworth and ultimately the crown for the young Henry VII. The site at Arley was chosen because it lay close to the centre of the Warburton estate.
Hey, time out. Is this really supposed to be something for a light entertainment game show or what? Not to mention he had to talk and talk and talk about this for the first 4 minutes. It's fine for an hour-long documentary, but I don't get that for a quiz show. This is so confusing.
So let's move on to our first round in That's History. This is our archive round. Well, I'll be showing you 5 clips of film, 2 points if you can identify the question I'm going to ask you about those clips. It's a common theme. Your theme this morning, Marcus, or today, is freedom of cities. I need to know the names of the cities in question, so watch these clips very carefully.
We're suffering a bit in a way in that we've got all the right answers, we think, but to the wrong questions, which is just like most history exams at university. The first one is George VI. It's in Scotland. We're pretty convinced of that. It didn't look like Edinburgh to me, so I'm going to say Glasgow.
That gets you 2 points. It is in Glasgow. Well done. Process of elimination. You got the pipe band there at the beginning. Well done.
Sigh. I was meant to be entertained, not get marooned by endless information while being part of one tiny row of audience seats being the same amount for a row of doctor's appointments. Then again, it does make sense that the contestants and the celebrity guests had to write down their answers with quills. And that man with the van was right, this is like a history lesson at university. Lord help me if this is reversing my teenhood. The second round is one of those general knowledge rounds which we've seen many times before, but what's the third round like? The same thing?
Our third round is potentially a high-scoring round. This is a round we call Where Am I Now? I shall be taking you on a guided tour of an historic location, and the viewers at home will see pictures of the location. You'll have to make do with my commentary.
Maybe you're better off doing this as one of those school trips instead, by actually letting them have a real tour around the building, instead of just standing like one of its statues telling facts. The quizmaster standing like a statue does make sense actually.
Tranquil Fountain stands on the site of the infirmary, which was destroyed by fire in 1298 and was never rebuilt. In 1971, an alabaster image of Our Lady and Child carved by Sister Concordia Scott of Minster Abbey in Thanet was dedicated and placed in the chapel of Our Lady. So, Marcus, where am I?
We're in... my colleagues and I are unanimous?
Yes.
Westminster Abbey.
I heard Richard say it. It is Westminster Abbey. You get the 10 points on that, yes?
Well, who am I kidding? It's nothing of the sort that I said it was earlier. It was so boring. And the fact that they really had to have a blooming audience on this. How stale can your afternoon really be? Were they literally just visiting the home on their own accord and were cajoled into taking a seat by the producer? I guess so. By the way, those celebrity guests on this episode of the show were retired newsreader and actor Richard Whitmore, and Jean Boat, who was Nellie Boswell from Bread. I understand they were fine enough to be in a show like this. Also, both teams got a tie of 34 points in the end and their prize was a copy of the Chronicle of the 20th Century. That pretty much sums history up, don't you think? If there's one place for much lesser-known game shows, Channel 5 was and still is the place to go. They've more recently gotten their hands on the eggheads from BBC Two for a new series, which will hopefully last long on their contract. That's one of the few issues when it comes to their game shows, even if they are revivals of other popular shows like Win Your Wish List and Blind Date. The channel does tend to suffer through low ratings at times, but their films and children's programs save the day normally. One of them being a steamed-up cartoony locomotive on caffeine and the other starring a popular family of pork ribs. Another issue that Channel 5's game shows have, specifically their earlier ones, are low budgets as well as low ratings. Tim Vine kicks things off in 1997 with his whittling show of a start in show business.
It's time to be whittled, and here's the man to whittle you down, Tim Vine.
And that hairstyle also kicked things off perfectly.
Oh, thanks very much. Good evening and welcome to Whittle. I've had a strange day, you know. I was in my garden and a saucepan dropped out of the sky. I think it must have come from Mars. It was a sort of marzipan. That's what it was. Well, someone here is going to win £250. And possibly £500. Are you listening, Donald Trump?
Crikey. Comparing to ITV's juvenile celebrities, Channel 5 tends to pull off something really outdated. He did it his own way, folks.
Now, everybody here has got one of these. It's a keypad with 4 buttons on it. I'm going to be asking questions with 4 possible answers. You press the button you think has got the right answer on it. You get it right, you stay in. You get it wrong, and you're out of the game. We whittle away like that until one person wins all that money and spends it how they want to. God.
Hang on, a host with a keypad in front of an audience that has the same thing each? This definitely sounds familiar.
Are you ready to be whittled? Whittle away! Here comes the first question. What is the first name of Prince Harry's nanny? Start the clock. Leggy, Piggy, Tiggy, or Twiggy? How many people feel confident they know the answer to this? No one at all. We haven't been keeping up to date with the nannies then. What have you all voted first of all, please? Right. 2 people reckon Piggy is looking after Prince Harry's nanny. What's the right answer, please? Tiggy, 79 of you in. Give yourselves a round of applause there.
And a survey of how many people got the correct answer on the screen? It definitely reminds me of an earlier program on ITV that had the same idea through and through, but I can't put my finger on it.
Hello there. Well, as always, everybody here is linked into a computer. We have all sorts of information about everybody in this audience. You're linked into a computer by one of these. It's a keypad. We'll be asking you a series of questions.
Yada yada yada, we all know by now. That's right, this was a late 90s copy and paste revival of Chris Tarrant's Everybody Is Equal, his big join-in with the audience show before Millionaire. It was more of a success than Whittle was, even if the main titles was also terrible. As if I don't want to wait at a bus queue that's this distracting. Then, there's 100%, a show that's so easy to explain in a nutshell for what it is, I can't be bothered to tell you other than watch this clip.
Question 50. In Elizabethan times, items made from wicker were sometimes known as twiggy work. Is that true or false? It's true, and after 50 questions, the scores are as follows. Tracy has 52%, Cliff has 60% and Tim has gone into the lead again with 64%. The game continues after the break.
Scratch that, I'd rather drive to McDonald's than watch this. We've had Brainteaser a lot earlier on. I knew that was pants, especially when it comes to endless minutes of chattering, but there's also that guilty pleasured classic, Night Fever with Suggs from Madness.
A couple of years ago, that Peter Andre was everywhere, wasn't he? Now I know why it's gone quiet for him. Look what he's been up to. And they passed his sell-by date.
Ow. Watch it. His whole body has a lot of madness in itself. Call it a game show or not, it's a karaoke contest with mostly subpar contestants and audience members singing along to many classic pop songs from yesteryear. It reminds people of the good old days being in New Year's parties singing along to ABBA with glasses of champagne, but this one for no reason explained, also has a full-bodied monkey.
Austin, darling.
Oh dear, Harry.
Austin, darling, what do you think about Monkey?
Actually, I can't recall his name, but his fez rings a bell.
What am I doing here then?
Not to mention it sometimes had to be on for more than an hour. Don't ask. As well as other shows like Win Jeremy Beadle's Money in The Amazing Fort Boyard, there was also one to win. Coincidentally, there was another show on the BBC in the 90s that was the same as Bob's Full House, except when a player had only one number left to cross off, Andrew O'Connor would announce that you need only one to win. This one to win, however, is a complete copy and paste of that other classic show, Going for Gold.
1 point. What was the nationality of the Antarctic explorer? Liz?
Norwegian.
Yes, well done. Well anticipated. What breed of dog is Charlie Brown's pet Snoopy?
A beagle.
That's correct. What animals were the so-called Tamworth 2 who escaped from a slaughterhouse in 1998? Correct. I am one of the first plants to bloom in the spring.
Talk about originality.
Flowers frequently before the leaves.
We'll hopefully be addressing what else Channel 5 did with Going for Gold when you join me after the break. But until then, I shall leave you before the adverts with another super smashing bullseye moment. You can't beat a bit of bully, as they say.
So for £30, Frank, which pop duo split up in 1986 and gave their farewell conference at Wembley Stadium? Farewell concert. So for £30, which pop duo split up in 1986 and gave their... come on. For 30... So it's for £30, Frank. Which pop duo split up in 1986 and gave their farewell conference... So for £30, Frank. Which pop duo split up in 1986 and gave their farewell concert at Wembley Stadium? Shut up, you up there!
Welcome back to I'm a complete buffoon who has to watch these ridiculous shows for companies and myself to get paid. As promised, we start off this third act with a brief summary of the successful Going for Gold. Going for Gold was a successful show on the BBC that excited the whole of Europe and not just Great Britain to participate in a general knowledge quiz, with fellow Irishman Henry Kelly, and Hans Zimmer's cheesy but exciting theme tune wasn't forgotten. 21 years after it ended, Channel 5 decided to revive the show, but once again it has a little amount of slight changes.
It is 21 years and 1 day since the show was first seen on your screens, and now it's back and it's live.
Okay, something tells me this is going to be like something they've experimented with before.
In this series, the contestants will be from around the UK, but in true Going for Gold style, we will, on occasion, have international editions featuring contestants from all over Europe. The first of these will be in a few weeks' time.
I doubt that would ever happen due to the show's possible low ratings and budget.
Now, in this series, we really want you at home to feel part of Going for Gold. So, on each show, we will have 3 viewer competitions, and the first of these is coming up right now.
Hold the phone, Poirot's brother. Didn't you already know this whole phone-in scandal was still around at the time? And plus, Indemol had faked all the phone-ins for Brainteaser before, so this would have definitely declined in wages. As for the rest of the show, let's look at its more faithful highlights, shall we?
Which island in the Mediterranean was the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte? Michel.
Corsica.
Correct. Well done. Celebrated on October the 31st, by what name is All Hallows Eve more commonly known? Who is the presenter of the UK version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Chris Tarrant.
Correct. Which of the following is not a breed of dog? Dalmatian, Great Dane, Siamese, Chihuahua. Originally an English teacher, I am now an award-winning author. Named by Time magazine as one of the world's 100 most influential people, my novels include Digital Fortress and Angels and Demons. Top Michelle for 3 points.
Dan Brown.
Correct. I hadn't even got to the Da Vinci Code. Remember the question I asked you about that character with the genie in the bottle? What's the answer?
Aladdin.
Absolutely right. Well done.
Are you trying to get yourself axed on the air? This isn't from the Going for Gold I remembered in my time. My apologies, but having a low-budget revival of a popular show on a channel that doesn't get the best ratings, containing a third of the show devoted to the host himself with shoehorned phone-ins that would have ripped people and some companies off their mortgages, that's bogus. And to think it replaced the other long-running show that started one of the biggest scandals of television history, get over it. My word, call that a masterpiece. Give those contestants waiting in the studio more entertaining during the ads while you're at it. If you need something more relaxing at 2 in the afternoon, there's no other program to watch other than Countdown on Channel 4, which today is now fronted by that devil of a woman, Miss Anne Robinson. Be thankful I don't think she's watching this now. However, I've read somewhere that this is a classic edition of the show like no other.
Will you please welcome two contestants, brand new contestants, Amanda Richards and Richard Max. Its mobile phone just gone off.
Good word, embarrassed for the moment, really.
No, I'm on now. I'm on. I don't believe this. I just don't believe it.
It's my mother.
Oh, well, let me speak to her. Let me speak to her.
Hold on, Richard wants to say hello.
Oh, give me a break, Richie. It's happened on Brainteaser and now this.
Well, he hasn't finished. Right, we're on the air. You'll see this later on. Okay.
Put it back.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Francis.
Calm yourself, woman.
Calm down, woman. Woman.
Put it back.
Yes, I know you watch the hand. Turn it off. Thank you. Bye-bye, Francis.
That is another reason why you shouldn't do most game shows live on air, except for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Your mother would only call you when they're not filming and getting things ready. Even I thought Noah Ledman's controversial Gunge the Kitten phone-in was stupid. Then again, those two contestants look like they won't do any better for the gameplay itself.
Amanda.
I've got diarrhea.
I have to say that we've got diarrhea as well. Have you not got diarrhea?
No, it's pathetic, isn't it?
Enough toilet humor, let's hear from what our Dictionary Corner guest has to say.
There was a young woman called Richards whose hobby was going to the pictures. She liked Dumb and Dumber and Gone with the Wind, but best of all she liked Saving Private Ryan.
You can't be serious, man. It's got to rhyme. And I thought you were a professional poet as well. Carry on.
Vowel, please, Carol.
Thank you. O.
Consonant.
M.
And a vowel.
E.
Consonant.
T.
Another consonant.
H.
A vowel.
I.
A consonant.
N.
Consonant.
G.
Consonant, please.
And,
Oh boy, those two are really going to get stumped now. Not.
Okay, Amanda, how many?
5.
What? 5? Richard?
No, 6.
Well, is it me being daft, or is it 9? That's a word there, isn't there? Something.
For what?
Is it?
What is it?
It's what?
Why?
I don't understand it.
What something?
Trust me, we've had many unlucky and stupid answers from contestants before, but this is just as ridiculous. I don't know if they could even top the numbers round.
Okay, 6, 2, 3 then, Amanda.
No, nothing, no one.
Richard?
Yeah, 6, 2, 3.
Okay, well, let's hear it. Richard and Carol?
6.
6. Time.
2, 3.
You like that?
The more I see this, the more I get mentally insane. What's that? The other contestant's about to talk to Richard about something.
Well, you can't sit here, because... No, you can't sit here because of the way the programme runs. You've got to sit there, okay. Okay.
You know that I'm doing really bad.
Yes.
Is it possible you could tell me the answer to the conundrum?
That's also not allowed. They'll both get crossed out with a red card if they talk to the host to make changes especially for them. I don't know what will happen at the end, unless something really bizarre and unthinkable happens to the late Richard Whiteley himself.
Please now reveal today's Countdown Conundrum. Well, it was meant to be education, but I don't think it was it? Hogcat, let's see what is it.
A short time ago, you were the only person without diarrhea. How are you now?
And that seems a good time as any to bring up the biggest mistake of my life, which just so happens to involve Mr. Noel Edmonds.
Alright, Brian, the banker is now offering to swap your box.
Well, that is a good offer, but I'm feeling lucky. Ask me the question, Noel.
Okay then. Deal or no deal?
Deal.
If you say so.
And that's really where the trouble started.
Somebody call an ambulance.
What have I done? Good God, who's going to helicopter the poorly kids their presents this Christmas? Am I the only one who believes the National Lottery doesn't get all the luck that you thought you would get? Well, it's happened to some people who have had tragic disasters with their lottery tickets, from getting bankrupt, to getting arrested, to losing your family, to getting bored then continuing your job. Even the National Lottery on BBC television can sometimes get into a flopped idea of having a commercial show that is just as bad and disastrous through and through. Anthea Turner and Patrick Keelty did their thing alright, but it doesn't add up to also having another hostess called Bernie, who has her own item for the viewers at home. And she's in CGI.
Hey, it's Bernie again, your fluffy little Easter chick, with this week's home play draw. Did you see me dancing earlier? Someone said I danced just like Darcy Bussell. Or was it Gary Bushell? Oh well. Both got lovely beards anyway.
As Father Jack once said, how did that gobbledygook get on the television? Plus, that animation is very choppy and can get dated quickly. It wouldn't have been more ironic if I saw her in an old video game, like a knockoff Tomb Raider.
There's our draw master poised and ready, and in case you're wondering, no, it's not our usual draw master Steve in a blonde wig and makeup, it's a new one, Helen Rushton, in a blonde wig with makeup. So she'll be handling the balls tonight. And there next to Helen is the independent adjudicator, and it looks like a red clip goes all
I need to find out.
It's black, actually. It's
Oh,
all
shut
shiny and
up.
ready, so Helen, release those balls, will you please?
Flipping it. What's
If
wrong
you
with
reveal
her?
3 tellies on your National Lottery scratch card, there'll be 4 numbers on your home play panel. First number out tonight's going to be between 1 and 99. But it won't be
This is all
49 or
very
72
strange.
because they've
Can someone
already been
explain
out on
what's
TV.
going on here?
So that's the first number about to be drawn with the first number on your TV home play ticket. Then, well, stay awake, you win £10. I don't know where I've gone, but anyway.
Wow, Brian. Are you going to win the lottery?
No, Brianna, I don't have a lottery card myself. I just need to do one more tweak on my set, that's all.
Anyway, what are you moaning about? There seems to have been a bit of a problem. You can only hear my voice, but I can assure you these 2 lovely ladies standing
I'm
there are
sorry,
telling him, "Give
what?
us a wave, girl,
Everything on
give
my
us a
telly
wave."
set is fine,
problem,
but not that burly woman.
meanwhile, back to
What?
us.
Why? How in
So,
the...
all that you've gone through was pointless.
Yeah, I'd rather continue watching that show than this waste of time. Well, it's time for another break anyway. Have you got another contestant blunder to share with us, Brianna?
I remember seeing Lucky Ladders once when it was on, where all 4 contestants and Leslie Bennett had a real hard time with this ladder that it nearly fell apart. It doesn't get any funnier than this.
I'll take a letter under kid, please.
Have a G.
Glove.
Glove, says Rebecca. Well done. Glove.
I'll take a letter under boxing, please.
D. Not this time. You're still in the game, then. Still win it.
Take a letter under boxing, please.
It's the letter A. Boxing.
Danger?
No, not danger. With you, Pamela.
I'll take a letter under boxing, please.
I'm delighted to tell you that I can't give you another letter. It would complete the word. Rebecca would say...
Dad?
No.
Is it Dad?
Not a dad. Tell me, Rebecca. Rebecca, please tell me. I can't take any more of this. It's a joke. Camera's going to arrive any second. Time's up. Lynn, with you.
I'll take another letter under boxing, please.
It's not Dad. It's not Dad. What is it?
Dad?
Dan? Boxing Dan. This is really great.
I'll take a letter under boxing, please.
Can't give you a letter. It will complete the word. Speak to me. Nobody shouts out. This is fascinating. This could make a whole series on its own. Rebecca, time's up. You want one? She can't have one. What's the word?
Day. Take it.
Day. Yeah.
Here we go. This is Have I Got Quite Interesting Questions for 8 out of 10 hypothetical players in this house of games, with your host for this evening, Brian the Bunny Rabbit.
Hello, hello, hello. This is the all-new homemade comedy panel show with the very long name. Are you feeling alright? You're alright at the back? Well, at least I too am all white as well. Don't worry, I always wear Savile Row when I'm in show business. It's a show with rounds aplenty with general knowledge and clips from, what would you expect, obscure game shows. And here we meet tonight are my 2 boys versus girls teams. Both from the Magic Circle and somewhere in the heart of Australia, Bobby the Zebra and Quackers the Duck are boys from the Quack Stuff. And on my left next to the television are 2 lovely ladies from right up my street, you the sheep and Dusty the cat are Dusty's angels. Good evening, angels.
Good evening, Brian.
On the floor next to you are 2 buzzers which you will use to give away your best answers. You goes. Dusty goes. Quackers goes.
Oh, come on.
Bobby goes. Cue the Monster and Roly Poly are team captains who will help the twosomes out and be in charge of the scores. Are you both fine this evening?
I should be, even if we're about to look at some of the most appalling things on TV.
It's you, me, and the game baby. Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Right, let's get started. First question, which member of Bucks Fizz hosted a short-lived children's game show that was both educational and fun at the same time?
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
Oh. Would that be Cheryl Baker, perchance?
Correct. Now, this was a children's preschool game show. Bear in mind, Cheryl really had to get those kids running and crawling for fun in this show. Here's one clip from it that'll stick to your brain for a while.
The first member of the team has a ball and runs up to a tunnel, climbs through the tunnel, runs up to the trampet and bounces on the trampet, throws the ball through the hole and runs back again to their beanbag, and the next person goes.
I mean, did she really have to make her mind up for that during her career? Next question. Which presenter of the former Channel 4 program TFI Friday host a university quiz for the BBC?
Dusty's Angels.
Chris Evans?
No, surprisingly not. It's someone else.
Dusty's Angels.
I may have a vivid memory of watching TFI Friday back in the day. He used to have a sidekick called...
Come on.
Will McDonald.
Correct you. You've got a good memory. Here's what we'll have to say on day 3.
This week we're at the enormously expensive University of Reading, a fully upholstered seat of learning that sits but a stone's throw from the burial place of Henry I. So why did they bury Henry I in Reading? Anyone know? Because he was dead. I'm sorry, that was just a famous example of student humour.
Ha, too right. And guess what the prize was for the first 4 episodes?
£1,000?
No, but that was saved best till last on the final. It was actually a large stack of CDs. At least he said that only one of them would fit a student's taste.
No didgeridoo playing on any of them, I don't think.
Speaking of which, what do Thumbs Up and Carry On Campus both have in common?
Dusty's Angels.
They look like they didn't last long for a new series. They were both from the 90s.
And? Which specific time from the 90s?
1997.
Yeah, I'll give you the point for that. Carry On Campus was from 1998, but that's okay. 6 years ago, Harry Hill revived a classic light entertainment show that was completely ruined by devoting it to himself. What was the name of the show?
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
I've seen it too, and it was doomed from the start. Stars in their eyes.
Correct. I don't want to talk about it. Speak of the devil, next question. Which popular comedian and entertainer had 2 disastrous game shows for both the BBC and ITV? One of them called Caught in the Act, and the other being, Love Me Do. In other words...
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
Des O'Connor.
No. I nearly said the answer, but one of Dusty's Angels will have to conjure it up.
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
Shane Ritchie.
Oh god no, don't even think about it. Yes, that was correct. Here are some more clips.
Hi Adam, welcome to the show sir. Who's on your clip?
It's a friend of mine, Vanessa.
Great. Well, the night belongs to you two. Oh, well done, babe. As they're about to become man and wife. Come with me over here, Tone. We're going this way. Yes, you're going to get married.
Oh. My God. I thought game shows like this wouldn't have been any worse due to the stuff I've already covered, but this is just ridiculously painful to reminisce. Thank Lord Points of View sorted it out after that monstrosity. But this is only the beginning of the very worst. Get ready for the next question. In what year did ITV launch their own interactive money-making channel, ITV Play?
Dusty's Angels.
2005.
It's close, but it's not right.
Hey, don't you mean, it's good, but it's not right?
Yeah, you get the idea. Snake charmer not included.
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
Man, that channel ripped me off. I'm guessing 2006.
Correct again, Quackers. Sigh, here's another clip. It's what the show wants, so why bother to complain?
Whoever gets to the studio tonight is Purpley the Purple Robot. What do you think about that?
Could you ever love a machine, Debbie?
I've loved many machines in my life, believe me. One more, it's not going to really make any difference.
As well as that infamous Quizmania show, there were a lot of other low-budget shows out there which are just the exact same thing.
How many shows exactly?
Probably more than 15.
Really? If that's what they're doing for money, I'm surprised they wouldn't realize for those staying up through the night people would waste up their entire phone bill.
And hence why it lasted almost 11 months before the scandal hit. Before Britain's Got Talent, Giles Brandreth presented the most complicated and worst show ever made. A showbiz quiz and talent show under the name of Star, what?
Dusty's Angels.
People.
Nope, try harder.
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
Was.
No. Come on. One more guess, and we'll move on.
Dusty's Angels.
Quality.
Born Marion Morrison and nicknamed Duke, by which other name was he best known?
Duke Ellington.
No, that's wrong. It was John Wayne. He eventually decided he wasn't the Marion kind.
Periscope. Turn the style for the thing over there. Motorbike. Pneumatic drill. Umbrella.
What the heck? In 1992, HTV made a version of a classic American game show, but that too was so bad, it was made on a shoestring budget. Again, what is the name of the show? American Game Show. I expected that to happen. It was Press Your Luck, the show that was infamous for the whammy and big bucks over there. What went wrong with the biggest flop of game show history? Shafted? A. The host. B. The idea of losing money. C. Its arrival to the BBC's weakest link. Or D. Everything.
Dusty's Angels.
B. The idea of losing your money.
Good guess, Dusty, but one of you teams will have to try harder.
Voice from the Quack Stuff.
Should I go for D, everything?
Yeah, whatever, I'll accept D anyway. From the idea, to the forgettable music, to cashing in on the BBC, to the poor decision of a politician like Kilroy to host it. It was doomed from the start, and I couldn't bear to show a clip from it myself. And the catchphrases are so cringe-worthy.
To share or to share.
Help me. For the love of Zeus, help me.
You heard it there, folks. The ghosts of Kilroy.
Calm down, Brian. It's your show.
Alright, I'll act normal from now on. Now, here's a bonus odd one out round. Fingers on buzzers for both teams on the topic of classic Family Fortunes hosts. We have Max Bygraves, Les Dennis, Andy Collins, and Gino Da Campo.
Is Brian tripping us with this or what? I think I know all of them apart from the one guy on the bottom left.
I mean,
do you agree with my own
I've not
opinion?
seen the one on the top left
Well,
go.
we're stumped on this. We've watched Gino recently, the first two hosts we all know very well, and we don't know the third one.
Do any of you remember his name?
No.
Oh well, let the announcer say his name anyway.
And now, please welcome your host, Andy Collins.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show where we ask 100 people to name a game bird. And they said Edwina Curry. These are the same people who have tags in their underpants to remind them who they are.
Andy Collins is our odd one out, because his series of Family Fortunes only lasted 4 months at the end of 2002, and of course, he is total rubbish. Which made the original show to get axed after that failure. Time for our final round, and it's a memory round. Both teams have 5 clips from 2 halves of 10 other forgotten game shows, and they'll have to name them. Either the writers run out of ideas or had gone for more walks outside than produce this show. Boys, here are your 5 clips. Remember the titles of these game shows.
That looks quite professional. I don't know the name, but
Nor do I,
You are not Tim.
a dice rolling on the table.
Yes, he's got... No!
He looks like a rejected Red Dwarf character.
There we go.
On Barry. Oh, Barry's
Oh my god. Don't scare the hair. This was torture.
That's just creepy.
For a glass of wine.
Take over bid. It says so on Brucey's card.
Cheater.
Port, you're right. Well done.
I don't know what this is either. That shot looks clever as well.
Angels, here are your 5 clips. Remember the titles of these game shows.
Are you ready?
Oh my god.
I sure am.
The machine.
Very well. Let's begin.
Red or black?
Yes.
I remember watching it with you.
Start the clock.
Is that Rory Bringer?
1981 signal by Kirsty McCall, the guy who swears
face
his
the
Elvis
clock.
works where? In the chip shop. Correct.
Who wrote the plays Endgame and Happy
This is
Days?
unusual.
Don't know what this one is, but it looks like it's low budget.
You don't know the answer. That means that, Hilda, you've got to pass the stash.
What? What?
What on earth is going on here?
Don't know.
Man on a bike, that was just as terrifying. Both teams did very well on that. The shows you both missed out were Scavengers, Dicing with Debt, Move On Up, Stash, and Beat the Crusher. Oh, time's up. At the end of the quiz, what are the scores for both teams, Hugh and Rolly?
I didn't get more than a single line. Well, my good angels did well with the guesses and answers. They've scored 6 so far.
Nice, and what about you, Hugh?
Angels, you've gone down the deep end. We've scored 8 for our team.
Which means the 3 of you boys are the winners. And I think we all deserve a special meal of fish and chips tonight with crisps and carrot cake. Well, that just about wraps up those game show bloomers. I hope you've enjoyed my ramblings from earlier, and the quiz, and remember to accept the things you don't change. It's the channel you really ought to change. Cheerio for now.